Reasons why the Hadzabe tribe values baboon meat. In the remote regions of northern Tanzania, where the winds whisper through the savanna and ancient customs still govern daily life, the Hadzabe people live as one of Africa's last true hunter-gatherer societies. Among the many things that fascinate outsiders about the Hadzabe is their diet, especially their unique preference for baboon meat, a choice that sparks curiosity, discomfort, and deep cultural reflection. While many modern communities may find the idea of consuming baboon meat controversial or even taboo, to the Hadzabe, it's more than just food. It's a symbol of strength, survival, tradition, and resourcefulness. In a world where convenience often replaces knowledge of the wild, the Hadzabe remind us what it truly means to live in harmony with nature, even if it means making choices that challenge outside perceptions. So why exactly do the Hadzabe value baboon meat so much? First, we must understand that the Hadzabe do not hunt for sport, luxury, or trade. They hunt to survive. Every hunt is strategic, and no part of the animal is wasted. Unlike settled farming communities, they do not have livestock, refrigeration, or supermarkets. Meat is not an everyday luxury, it's a hard-earned reward. And among all animals they hunt, baboons are among the most challenging to catch. These primates are clever, fast, and extremely alert. Successfully hunting a baboon takes skill, patience, and courage. To the Hadzabe, bringing down a baboon is a mark of prestige and hunting excellence, especially for young men trying to prove their readiness to provide for the group. Baboon meat is also considered high in energy and nutrition. The Hadzabe believe that because baboons eat a variety of wild fruits, roots, and insects, just like the Hadzabe themselves, their flesh is filled with the nutrients of the forest. This belief is rooted in practical experience. After eating baboon meat, hunters report feeling stronger and more alert. The meat is lean, dense, and satisfying, perfect for sustaining energy during long hours of tracking and gathering in the wild. But there is also a deeper spiritual dimension to this preference. In Hadzabe culture, the forest is not just a place, it is alive, filled with spirits, lessons, and symbols. Baboons, with their human-like behavior and social intelligence, are seen not as inferior creatures, but as respected rivals. To hunt and consume a baboon is to engage in a kind of spiritual contest, not one of domination, but of survival and shared existence. Eating baboon meat is believed to transfer the animal's alertness, agility, and wilderness instincts into the body of the hunter. It is not just food, it is medicine for the spirit. There's also a practical ecological reason behind the choice. Baboons are among the most abundant large animals in the Hadzabe's region. They live in large troops, often raid food sources, and compete for the same fruits and roots the Hadzabe gather. In this sense, hunting them is also a way of balancing competition in a limited resource environment. The Hadzabe do not overhunt, but when an opportunity presents itself, taking down a baboon is both a strategic and sustainable move. Furthermore, baboon hunting often teaches important social lessons. The pursuit of baboons usually requires cooperation, especially among young men. It's not easy to catch them alone. This reinforces teamwork, patience, and leadership. When a baboon is successfully hunted, the meat is shared among the group, strengthening communal bonds and reinforcing the principle of sharing, which is central to Hadzabe life. Interestingly, baboon meat is sometimes reserved for specific ceremonial moments. In times of transition, such as the coming of age of a young hunter or the return from a long expedition, baboon meat may be shared in symbolic celebration. In such cases, it's not just nourishment, it's a spiritual meal, part of the rhythm of life that binds the Hadzabe people to each other and to their ancestors. Outsiders often question the ethics of hunting primates, especially given baboons' similarities to humans. But this is where context matters. To the Hadzabe, the forest is not a zoo, and animals are not viewed through emotional lenses or internet debates. Their relationship with nature is direct, respectful, and rooted in survival. They do not waste, they do not hoard, and they do not kill without purpose. Baboons, like other animals, are part of the wild system the Hadzabe belong to, not dominate over. Moreover, this practice is not commercialized. The Hadzabe do not kill baboons to sell their meat or to profit from it. It's not about exploitation, but about living according to the rules of the wild. Rules that the Hadzabe have followed for thousands of years. Their methods are ethical by traditional standards. No guns, no traps, no mass slaughter, just bows, arrows, and ancestral knowledge passed down over generations. Another surprising reason the Hadzabe value baboon meat lies in its taste. While it might seem unusual to outsiders, many Hadzabe report that baboon meat is tender and flavorful, especially when prepared over open fire. They often smoke or roast it, enhancing its texture and giving it a distinctive flavor that some compare to gamey antelope. It's not just about the protein, it's about the enjoyment of a rare and rewarding meal after days of difficult hunting. In some cases, baboon meat is even believed to offer healing properties. Traditional Hadzabe healers sometimes include parts of the baboon, such as organs or bone marrow, in rituals for strength, clarity, or fertility. These practices are deeply embedded in belief systems that see no clear boundary between the physical and spiritual world. In the eyes of the Hadzabe, food, medicine, and ritual often overlap, especially in a world where survival depends not only on the body, but also on mental resilience and spiritual harmony. To reduce the Hadzabe's consumption of baboon meat to a primitive instinct is to miss the richness of their worldview. It reflects centuries of adaptation, deep ecological understanding, and cultural symbolism. It teaches us to question how disconnected modern societies have become from the sources of their food and the meaning behind their meals. In the end, the Hadzabe's value for baboon meat isn't about exotic tastes or shock value. It's about living close to nature, making use of what is available, honoring the life taken, and ensuring the tribe's survival. To them, it's not strange. It's normal, necessary, and sacred. For anyone seeking to understand Africa's indigenous cultures, this is a crucial lesson. Not everything sacred is obvious, and not everything wild is savage. The Hadzabe remind us that tradition, survival, and wisdom often come wrapped in forms we must learn to respect, even if they challenge what we think we know. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.